It's a nice day today. It reminds me so much of Tanzania. And so I wanted to work on the balcony. And at the same time, I'll talk to you about the culture shocks that I encounter in this country in comparison to Tanzania. See, I tried to build this shelf yesterday, and for some reason I think I did something wrong, so I have to reconstruct the whole thing and then construct it again. And while I'm doing that, I plan to explain to you the things that I went through. If you invited people to a party in Germany and you wanted to start at 4 p.m, you say exactly 4 p.m. or you better be prepared at 3:55, 5 minutes before 4 p.m. because they are really on time. Punctuality, they call it. At the same time, if you invite people in Tanzania for a party, same party, and you want to start at 4 p.m, you have to tell them in advance. What we used to do is the trick. You say 2 hours before or 1 hour before so that they make it for the 4 p.m. The timing in Tanzania is so elastic that in comparison from there to here, night and day. Seeing as it's very hot outside, I think I'll reassemble the shelves from inside, and then we can continue with our conversation about culture shocks. I'm worried that I might not be able to take it out once I finish building this, so I'll take it outside. So let's start with that party trick. Here in Germany, everything is precise, calculated, on time, pre-planned. For example, if you are to take a train at a particular time, most likely it will come at that particular time because the time is set. And everything is scheduled. So when you have an appointment, you have to be prepared to follow the appointment 5 minutes before. If you're 5 minutes before to your appointment, you're on time. If you're on time, you are cutting it close. Same example, in Tanzania, when you have an appointment and on the way you meet a neighbor or you meet a friend, you stop, you talk, we definitely don't let the time dictate our peace of mind. The time there is more elastic. So you stop, you talk. If something happens and you are on the way to a party, you also stop to help a neighbor. Or being late is not considered disrespect, but I think here being late is disrespect. That's the first shock that I experienced. Continue about the social side of it. Let's talk about the physical shock, the cold. It was a beast. When we arrived, the weather was so cold, so different. There's a say here in Germany that says, es gibt keine schlechte Wetter, es gibt nur schlechte Kleidung, which means there is no bad weather, there's just bad way of dressing yourself. So here, whether it is cold, whether it is raining, whether it is freezing, people will go out. While in my country, where we're used to it being sunny all the time, when it is sunny, people will look for a shade and wait it out, or they would wear a cap or a hat, sunglasses. It's the opposite actually. And when it rains, definitely won't see anybody there. People would definitely run away from the rain. But here people just walk, even when it's raining. They just have a jacket, an umbrella, and then continue on with their everyday life. So that's the second shock I got. The difference between the weather between the two countries. But of all the differences I've encountered in the way we do things was how we handled loss and how we grieve. This really overwhelmed me. How always say goodbye. Here, funerals are private. You cannot attend a funeral without being invited. There, anybody is invited to a funeral. Anybody and anyone. It would be like you are passing on the streets, there's a funeral somewhere, you can just pop in, grieve with you don't know them, you grieve with the family, you say your condolences, and then you leave. But here, funerals are so private that you have to be invited to be a part of a funeral. When we moved here, my neighbor passed away. We had gotten to know him very well, but we only knew him, we didn't know his family. So when he passed away, it was a sad and shocking thing for me, and I hadn't expected that I wouldn't be able to be at his funeral, to say goodbye, because his sisters didn't know me, so I was not invited. So for me, that was heartbreaking. Up to today, I don't know his grave. I would have loved to go and say one or two things how we are going. That is normal for us in Tanzania. But here, it is a private, closed environment. Oh, it's hot. And now I will talk about another major difference between the Germans and the Tanzania, and that's the spontaneity. It's completely lost here. You cannot walk up to somebody's house and say, "Oh, hi, how is somebody?" No. You have to have an appointment. They make appointment for everything. They make appointment for when children need to meet. They make appointment for when you go for coffee. They make appointment. Even the little details, they make appointment. There is no spontaneity at all. While back home, I feel like going to Mama Asha or Mama Julie. I just up and go, "Hello, is Mama Julie here?" "No, she's not." "When is she coming?" "At 10. "Tell her I'm coming back to see her." Or if she says, "Oh, welcome," they will invite you. You are in. You say your hellos. You talk a little bit. And sometimes there is also, for example, back home, the example is during the day we make just an extra plate, just in case somebody shows up and you're eating or you are just before eating, then you invite them to eat as well, because this is just normal for us. But here, oh my God, even children, mothers, the boys were still young when we moved, so us mothers had to make an appointment just so we can create a play day for the children. Back home, kids just go. Is John here? Oh, he's not here. He's gone, and he's coming back. You come back in another 10 minutes. Oh, he's here. Hey, John. Yeah, Andrew is here. Go play. The kids go out, they play. That was a shift as well. The fact that I have to make an appointment for every detail in every meeting I want to make. I think I may need to cut these ones, the top bits, so that I can cover them so that water doesn't go in here. Let me see. I hope I'm not destroying them. Nope. Where do they go? Are they supposed to go up here? Could it be like this? Yep, I think I just fucked up one. Sorry, my language. No, still doesn't fit it. Doesn't fit it like this, nor does it fit like this. I still need to figure out where this thing goes. I know. Ha! That's a moment. Now, to conclude, living between these differences has really changed me. At first it was like a war, but then I learned to appreciate it, to appreciate the privacy and schedule and knowing precise what you're doing at what time in what particular month. And at the same time, I missed the warmth of the no invitation for the funerals that were happening in my country. So I've learned to adjust. Have you ever moved to another country that is different? What have you done? I'd very much like to know. I'll be reading your comment. Thank you for watching The Seasons Traveler. See you next time. See you next time.